What's going on, guys? My name is Eldenera, and welcome to the worst year of my life so far. This episode is sponsored by the military. The teleprompter isn't saying which military, so if you're holding a gun right now, thanks for the support. Today we're going to talk about 2018 before we discard it into the dumpster fire of infinity. Fuck, I lost the accent.
Discard is a word. You said discard as if it just wasn't a word.
It's a very strong Irish accent, Jack. It's
Yeah,
probably just hard for you to understand.
Good, like, God bless the military.
I did, like, every single time... Yeah, God bless the fucking military, all of them. Every single time we do this, I don't know what episode number it is. And you would think that with the infrequency of the episodes, it would be very easy to keep track of which one we're on. But I don't know. I think this is 119.
127.
It's definitely not, because it isn't.
No,
There hasn't been enough
Worth a try.
years for me to get to that many episodes in the 5 years this podcast has existed. So
5 years.
4, I think.
4. So if you did it weekly, you should be on 108. At 208.
In 4 months, no, sorry, I think in 3 months, this will actually be 5 years old.
Well, just let it die.
That can't be true.
Hopefully it gets late cot death and dies.
Fucking hell.
What a start to the podcast.
What a dark thing to say. Late cot death, is that even a thing?
Look at bed death.
Jesus. Well, it is certainly being put to bed. That is true. That's one of the biggest news stories of 2018, actually. So how was your year, Jack? How was your year?
They're shit as all the others.
Yeah, I feel like since 2001, every year that I've experienced just replaces the year before as the worst year of my life.
Yeah.
That's
Setting new records every year.
Yeah. It feels like the depression just gets more real with every year. You know what I mean? And like it also feels like it's consuming the world around it, so that everybody else is also depressed. And
I like to drag people down with me.
Yeah, well, I know that.
Yeah.
Remember,
As you've seen on this podcast.
Yeah. And the time that I did time in jail with you.
You're a co-conspirator.
Yes. That's a good bit of wordplay there. Co-conspirator.
Yeah.
Has the word coke in it. Loosemore, how was your year?
Tell us it was shit.
It was shit.
Good.
Fucking shit.
Good.
One
of us.
Yeah.
One of us.
I mean, I think in general though, like the news, like for this year hasn't been great.
No.
You know what I mean? So like the outlook has been pretty bleak. You know.
As soon as I saw those Thai boys getting saved from that fucking cave, I was like, this is gonna be a shit year. Not one of them
Irish
fucking
in their
died.
border.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah. Fucking Irish.
Yeah. We can fucking talk about that if you want. I am... Every time... Oh, I shouldn't talk about it. I was in England this year, and I basically spent the whole time
You could have told
around.
me, I would have not come and seen you.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't have. I was in Norwich, of all places.
I'm not going there.
Yeah. I basically just went around the place saying fuck the Queen all the time, and most people seem to agree with me, so that's good. It's interesting how the English have become such a self-hating bunch of people, but sure, what can you do? Apart from the ones who voted leave, they all are just completely unapologetically horrible. Not all of them, but you know, all of them.
They're not bad people, they're just bad humans.
Yeah.
Just bad. No, they are bad people.
Mm.
Who made a terrible decision.
Yeah. In 2016.
And also bad decisions were made.
I feel like it's been one long year.
Yeah, since Brexit and Trump, it's just one long chapter in a never-ending fucking book, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's horrible. But yeah, we won't get too much into the negativity.
But there's no positivity.
That's true. It's been a dark year, you know. But in the good news, terrorism is at an all-time high.
Oh, good.
No, I don't even think that's true.
I like rising stats.
2018 was actually a fairly low terrorist attack year, wasn't it, compared to 2017?
Yeah, well, it was really hot in the summer, so that probably put them off.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no one says Sheffield bombs themselves in the Upload, do they?
No, it's. I mean, it's not what's the word? Inconspicuous to walk around in a big trench coat. yeah, that's the thing.
With a clock just above your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you don't know what a terrorist is.
I think you
I'm
just
not one.
described Flavor Flav.
Yeah, or Dick Dastardly or something like that.
They have that big pimp stick, don't they?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's terrorists. Those
Yeah.
crazy terrorists. Yeah, like there was two royal weddings, wasn't there? Wasn't there a royal wedding there the other day?
I mean, there was one
there was
everyone
two.
cared about, and there was one that less people cared about. You know,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it's Meghan and Harry, and then someone and someone else.
Yeah.
Because I literally do not know who it was.
That's,
Yeah, I mean, it,
that's our
Is it-
royal wedding correspondent, Jack Brown. Thank you, Jack.
Beatrice or something? Oh, I can't remember.
I don't know. Yeah.
Someone posh.
I can't believe how many of them there are. And
If they
just-
stop shagging each other, there wouldn't be as many.
Yeah, I know, that's the thing. And that is all that they're doing.
Yeah. Like rabbits.
Yeah. Except they're all related to each other.
It'll be interesting the day we get rid of the royal family.
Do you think you will?
No. There's too many mad British
the
people
problem
so
is like
proud of
the
it.
amount of like stuff that we've got. Like Brexit has taken us 2 years to decide whether we're leaving or not, even though we voted to leave, and we still can't decide whether we're going to do it or not. Like if we ever decided to get rid of the royal family, it'd take 45 years just to get through the paperwork.
I'll fucking do it. I'll get rid of them tomorrow if you want. I know
We'll
people.
call you up when the time comes.
Thanks. Remember I used to be really good with the claymores on Modern Warfare 2? That extends to real life.
Yeah, I remember how much fun it was watching you sit in a corner of a room
Yeah. One time
with
I got
two
to
wires poking out your face.
One time I got to Harriers 3 times without even using a single bullet. Just Claymore
Just Claymores.
Central. Yeah.
God, you're a pacifist, aren't you? You'd
Yeah.
rather blow their faces up.
Well, that's right. But it's not you know, when you place a bomb, it's not real. Like, you don't have to feel guilty about the. Oh Jesus, what am I saying? Wow.
Talking to the terrorists.
Should we talk about Bitcoin and how it is not that big of a deal anymore?
And how it was not a thing.
Yeah, I feel like Bitcoin is really just an excuse for virgins to act like they know something about it.
Yeah. They could claim they're money brokers or something. No, you fucking bought someone's PC.
Yeah.
And it's worth less, like a tenth of what you paid for it.
You edited someone's fucking potential ability in the Football Manager editor in 2007. You figured out how to do that. And now you think you know how to use Bitcoin or whatever.
You
Yeah.
forced the price of fucking cards on PCs going fucking through the fucking roof for everyone.
You learned that if you buy low and sell high in Ultimate Team, you can get really good at making money on Bitcoin, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
I know a lot of people made a lot of legitimate money on it, but all I know about Bitcoin is that it makes horrible people slightly more horrible and smug. And that seems to be
Oh, they think they've claimed that they're in it for the technology, but you're not. You heard it was making money, so you bought some. You're not in it because you think the technology is advancing and it will someday be a worldwide thing. It's not. It won't be. Give me my British pound.
Who was that guy who upped the price? Like he bought a load of pharmaceutical drugs and then upped the price, and then
Mark
they jailed
Martin
him.
Shkreli.
Shkreli, yeah.
That's it. Was that this year? Did they jail him this year?
Yeah.
Was it? I feel like that
Yeah, I
was
think
last
so.
year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Oh,
But like he's
look
just
that
another
up.
one. Like just a cunt.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's fucking insane that people like him get fans. Like who the fuck are the people like seeing what he's doing and going like, yeah, strike one for the bad guys. Like he's not even like he doesn't even lie about the fact that he's bad. Like he says his job is to like he's like I want to be a heel, I want to be a real life heel, I want to be the greatest modern heel and all this shit. And he's like going around like yeah. I hope Ghostface Killer does punch me in the face because it would be a statement. Like all of this shit. Like, see, who the fuck even are you? Why do you want everyone to hate you? And why is that your currency? You fucking weird cunt. And that other who's that
He went
rapper?
to jail in March.
Oh, this year.
Yeah.
Fair play to him. I hope he is getting. I hope he's having a good time.
Bummed.
Yeah, I was gonna say that because I just thought it would be very funny, but I don't actually believe that it's true because I don't want it to exist at all in the world. So I'm not gonna say, oh, it's great when people get raped as long as the rape is used correctly. So I don't hope that Martin Shkreli is being raped, but
I hope someone kills him.
Against same principle.
That's better. Yeah.
What was I saying? Who's that rapper whose name is like 6'9", but it's like six?
It's 6'9".
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Why does he?
Yeah.
Oh, he can fuck off. He's another one. He's just like all I want to do.
I don't know.
is...
At what point there's people who there is. It's a great type of person who pretends to like his music. I think, or who loves to tell people they like that sort of person's music. Because it makes them sound cool, rather than it being something that they're actually into.
Isn't it just a hype thing though? Like people love to get after the new thing and then hype it up, and actually the thing isn't fucking good, but like it's the hype. Like I feel like 2018 and hype, that's a thing in 2018. I feel like hype is a thing. Like people get behind it whether or not they know anything about it or not, and he's just an example of that. Like, and isn't he in prison now for like molesting a child or something?
I don't know what the deal about that is. I was reading about it on like Pitchfork or something today.
I think it's sexual exploitation of a child. Or
yeah,
something like that.
That's what it is. But there's no details about it, so
They're probably not allowed to release details about it.
Well, how am I supposed to get off if I can't? No, I'm just kidding.
They're trying to get off on the idea of sexual exploitation of a young child.
That's the joke I was making. Yeah, sorry. Was there not enough murder in that joke for you?
Nah, rape and murder I think just about listen to, but.
Well, I'm all flustered now because you made me feel like a paedophile.
Because you're thinking about kids.
But yeah, it seems like that would be case in point for villainy, but people just love it. It's kind of like when you exercise and it's really painful.
I'm unaware of that.
Yeah, I mean me too mostly, but I did a bit of training this year. I say training because my friend is a personal trainer, so he was like, "This is training. We're gonna train," and I was like, "Great, that's fantastic."
That's not what I want.
So I did that and it was sore, but like it also feels good because you're like, "Yeah, no pain, no gain, bitch." That's what I was like after one day. Mm-hmm. But if you're just in that pain for reasons outside of exercising, you're just in lots of pain. So it's like you feel good sometimes when you're in pain and sometimes you don't. So maybe that's what Loosemore's saying about the hype, because they're behind it and they're like, look at how much hype this is generating. I love it. Whereas ordinarily it would just be, oh, this is painful. This man is painful and he's a paedophile. So...
He's like, I've heard like maybe one of his songs, so I'm probably not one to judge whether he's good or not. I don't think you get that good without being good.
No, you do.
Yeah, Soulja Boy.
Is it?
He did tell him though.
That is very true.
I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird one because people they want to be part of the hype thing, and then after a while, they don't take ownership of it anymore, and they're like, well, this is shit, let's move on to the next thing that's hype, and then that initial thing dies away, and nothing, because of like social media and the internet, like that happens way more now. I feel like things like blow up really big, and you're like, what the fuck is that? And then you look at it and it's some rainbow head fuck, and you're like, that's crazy, and then he goes away because actually that's fucking stupid. Yeah.
It's very true. Yeah, it's just the 15-minute news cycle extends into media and then takes away from it. Like,
yeah.
Remember that guy Kodak Black? Does he still exist?
Yeah, he did another song recently, didn't
Did he? I don't know. I was just
I can't
hoping
remember
that.
what song. He had one decent song.
I'll be honest, I don't know anything about him. I just thought that if I said that, it would seem true enough that people would just be like, yeah, that's true.
Stop trying to be cool.
It's 2018 after all. It doesn't have to be factual. It just has to be a thing that seems emotionally true or something. Yeah, what a fucking world we've made for ourselves here.
It is the worst world
Yeah, isn't it?
of all time.
It's in the top 400 worst worlds ever.
It is up there.
It's the worst planet Earth ever.
Oh
Yeah.
God. Of all the Earths in our system, it is the worst.
Yeah, that's true. It's not even in the top 5 Earths in this solar system.
It's just like it's the most split it's ever been.
Yeah, I know.
Probably like America's the most split it's been since like the Civil War.
It's bad the way in 2018 you're supposed to be a fucking expert on everything, and if you are not an expert on one subject and you make a misstep while talking about it, you immediately become like a white supremacist or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's insane. Like, I saw this after Conor McGregor offered Khabib a drink, and all of a sudden he's a massive racist now, and people actually believe this, and they refer to like, oh, that white supremacist Conor McGregor and all, and I just feel like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, this is worse than the flat Earth people. At least they have what they think is evidence. You have nothing, but you just want to believe it to be true, therefore you think that it's true. It's very strange, because, life is weird.
But it's not they want to belong with something. They just like to argue with people.
I don't know. I think it's like, it's very easy to hate someone if you can believe that they're bad. So like, if you want to hate, like, I don't really like Chris Pratt. I think he plays unlikable characters, and he is just really overrated. And if he turned out to be a really shady
You take
guy,
that back, you cunt.
I would probably like that secretly. I'd be like, this is good. Now I have a reason to hate him. And I'd be like, Chris Pratt is a fucking cunt.
Oh, I called it.
He steals things from old people. That is the worst possible offense he could be doing.
Yeah, but you don't like him because other people like him.
No, I don't know. That's not why. You think that I'm like that, but I'm actually not like that.
You are.
I'm not. I genuinely just don't think that he's... It's like, he doesn't even have that much hype or anything like that. He's just Chris Pratt. He's not like, fucking... He's not
He's a bit of a Hollywood sweetheart.
He is.
I think.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like, I just don't like him as an actor, really. I don't like any of the characters that he plays. I just think he's, like, bland. And there's a million other people who could do his job as adequately as him, if not better. And, fuck him, and fuck you for liking him.
You got me.
Yeah. That's what I thought. What was I saying there before you fucking called me a hipster, basically, which is what you did?
Stop going to them hipster coffee shops in LA.
Well, you know me. I love my coffee so much I gotta fly 11 hours to get it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like. Oh, here, I went to New York. Did I tell you?
I knew you was going.
Yeah.
Was that part of the bad 2018, or was that one of the good elements of 2018?
He was on his Chris Pratt hate tour.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the world tour, first stop New York. Yeah, it was... I would say 2018 was genuinely like one of the worst years of my life, but then I think New York made it all better again. And
It's a great place.
it's fucking amazing.
You can't overstate how good it is.
I know, I'm going back in March.
Yeah.
I was just like...
'Cause it costs fuck all to go over there.
Oh yeah, it's
Like,
mad.
you're in the same position as me, where someone who lives there, so you can stay with them.
Yeah,
So it cost me 250 quid, or less than that. I think about 230 for a flight,
yeah.
and then that was it.
€360 for me.
Yeah.
It's fucking... I like... Everyone was like, "Oh, did you go see the Statue of Liberty and the Empire State?" And I was
No,
like,
Statue of
"Fuck
Liberty is
no,
shit."
I didn't do any of that shit. I just just walking down the street there is like doing something touristy in another country. It's mental.
Plus, Statue of Liberty is shit.
Yeah, I'd say so. Like, I can see it from the Brooklyn Bridge. I don't need to fucking go up it. You can't even see it from it, so what's the point? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not even that big of a statue. It's not even that impressive. It's like the fucking 49th largest statue in the world or something.
Did you go at the Freedom Tower?
I saw it. Didn't go up it.
Sorry, you can see it from the whole city.
Yeah, well, what do you want from me? No, I was down there, like, at the... where it is. And I looked
You
at
went
them.
to the museum, innit?
I didn't go into the museum because there was a fucking huge queue, and I also think it's really weird that it exists. And like, there's a big shopping centre and all, and it's just very. Like,
Yeah, that's weird. It's
like,
Westfield, isn't it?
Yeah. Maybe.
Wait. So there's a shopping centre inside
Literally
the
next to the fountain.
museum?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's just.
I mean, they got to get funded somehow, you know.
It's true, yeah. Like, it's a very impressive shopping centre, though. I bought an iPhone in it, but in general, it's not for me. It's for my housemate. I don't fuck with Steve Jobs, but it's a super impressive shopping centre. Like, but
I didn't go in the shopping centre. The fountains are cool though.
Yeah, it's cool, and all the names of all the victims and all that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's very it is a very moving kind of place to be, but there's something just uniquely American, I think, about that kind of dramatization. I think it's just real. Like, I know it symbolizes like an attack on freedom, and like I understand all of that stuff, and that's why I say it's uniquely American. It's just weird for me, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was in England, we'd just put a pub there.
Yeah. And
On his
call it-
islands, it would just still be never been cleaned up. The buildings still be lying there.
Wow. Okay.
Survivors inside would have.
I mean, that's still not
thrived.
the worst thing Jack said on the podcast.
No,
We're only
it's
20
not even-
minutes.
it's not the worst one he said on this one. So, yeah, it's mad. Like I remember you telling me that people in New York are all ignorant and rude and all.
Oh, they are.
I thought they were
But
fucking
I think
nice.
I think it's
people.
because they're sick of tourists.
Well, I didn't act. Well, see, there is a thing. I don't know if you know about this, but everybody in the world hates the English and everyone loves the
Oh, yeah,
Irish.
yeah.
So that's probably.
Yeah, you'd be right if you're Irish.
Yeah. Oh, I was.
The thing is, in America, they'll think they're Irish.
Yeah, a lot of them are.
Yeah, but they're not like Irish. They're like, I'm 1/8 Spanish. I don't walk around with a fucking hat on and a tan.
Maybe if you did, you wouldn't burn.
Like carrying a
someone.
little Spanish guitar everywhere you go.
Yeah. Join one of them bands that just walk around the street.
Mm.
That's right.
Yeah. They might be Mexican.
I think they are. No, they're Spanish.
Yeah.
Mexican Spanish. It's pretty close.
They are literally the same country. They're right next to each other. They share a border.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no way of knowing.
Both got a wall on the border.
Yeah, that's right. Both famously.
As how the movie and TV makes it. You know what I mean? Like it's.
It is how it is.
Yeah, like it looks like, you know, when you're walking around, it's like, oh, I've seen that before, but it looks amazing. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't think it's amazing because you've seen it before, but it still is amazing.
Are we still talking about Mexico?
I don't know.
We're talking about Mexico City. Yeah.
Oh, Mexico City, yeah. What I like about
Oh,
Mexico is that when you're watching Breaking Bad, it's like, oh, here they're in fucking El Paso in Texas. This is what that looks like. Okay, but now they're in Mexico, and it's the exact same fucking desert, but they just put like a sepia tint over the fucking thing so that you know
Yeah.
that it's Mexico. Mexico is like distinctly yellow. Like,
Mm.
the sun is just luminous in Mexico, whereas in El Paso it's orange. It's a really weird phenomenon. But, yeah, fucking, I couldn't get over just how amazing New York was.
It's expensive.
Yeah, but it's not actually, like I live in Dublin, and that's very expensive too, so it wasn't that bad.
It's sort of the equivalent of living in a city over here.
Yeah, I mean, it's not more expensive than London, like central London.
No.
So it's not like, and like it's even better in some ways, because if you're comparing nightlife there's enough places in New York where you get bottles of beer for $4, which is way cheaper than what they are in London, and you get pizza for $2 for when you're super drunk. So it's like you'd have a cheaper night out in New York, I'd say,
Yeah, probably.
than central London. But yeah, it's a fucking mad place. I actually can't get over how, like, because I'm not really one to be like taken away by a place. Like, I don't really get like that. But with New York, I'm like literally counting the days till I can go back again. So
Yeah.
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I've been like 4 times, and I'll always go back.
Do you have plans to go back?
No, it's just kind of randomly. We just say, everyone fancy going, and so we just go.
Yeah. The subway system is shite.
Yeah, we didn't use that. We just Ubered everywhere.
Yeah, Uber is good.
But the people we say we live in Jersey, so they live like right near the edge of the water. So you get a ferry into the city, and then just Uber from where the ferry ends.
I was staying in Brooklyn, and if I wanted to go anywhere else in Brooklyn, you had to get like 2 trains and a bus. Or if you wanted to go anywhere in Queens, 2 trains and a bus. Or if you want to go anywhere that isn't Manhattan, it's 2 trains and a bus. But then when you're going to Manhattan, it's like you just get 1 train in usually, and it's fairly handy. But then
we only went to Brooklyn once, and that was to get pizza.
whereabouts in Brooklyn did you get pizza?
We had to wait about an hour and a half. It was quite a famous place. Can't remember what it's called.
Ray's.
No.
It's the only, like, I always say that. It's like my go-to joke about New York. It's like, Ray's Pizza, that's a thing they have over there. But yeah, Brooklyn's cool. Everyone talks with everyone is literally, like, Martin Scorsese is literally directing everybody. Everywhere you walk. Like, I walk past there's this pub that's next to some ice cream shop, and it's like an Italian bar and an Italian, like, gelato place. And, it was near where I was staying, and I walked past it a few times each day as I was going to the train and stuff like that, and there's just always like some greasy fellas outside it talking, and they're just like, hey, what do you think I told him? I told him to go fuck himself. It's literally what they were saying. I told him you can't live here with your mother anymore, you gotta fucking move out of here and all. And it's like, I was delighted to hear them. Great lads. All of them gangsters, I assume.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah. So, that was a big highlight of 2018 for the whole world. Everyone
enjoyed that. Yeah.
What did we make of the movies of 2018?
I didn't watch any.
You didn't watch Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom?
I watched one.
You don't think about fucking anything.
I just didn't think that was this year.
You only have like the first thing that comes into your head, and you don't bother to think like if there's anything beyond that. It's
never think twice. That's my motto.
I've never heard you say that, and I've known you for like nearly 10 years.
Yeah.
Well, what did you make of that film? I watched it on the plane actually. To New York, where I stayed.
It was as bad as it was always going to be, but still good.
What did you think, Bluesmore?
You right?
What of Jurassic Park: Fallen Kingdom?
Yeah.
It's a skip to get to that.
We'll just wait till Jack is done.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Jack.
It's another Jurassic Park movie, isn't it?
But it's not, though. It's not. Jurassic
Park
not.
It was completely
good.
different to the rest of them.
These movies are fucking shit.
Well, all right. But like, so beyond Jurassic Park, the rest haven't been great. Like they've gradually got more and more sort of like Fast and Furious, really, haven't they? Kind of.
Yeah.
Don't you dare compare it to the fucking Fast and Furious films.
Jack, the Fast and Furious films are legitimately better than the Jurassic World movies.
Like, I don't know what someone ride a dinosaur into a tree.
What?
I don't even get what that means.
Didn't he die because he drove his car into a tree?
Oh, Paul Walker. Well, he was in the passenger seat. And Paul Walker is an angel. Don't talk about him that way. Oh, Jesus Christ. I just blessed myself. Don't listen to them, Paul. You're better than the haters.
Shit driver though.
Well, he was in the passenger seat, so I don't think
Shit
you
passenger
can...
though.
Fuck's sake.
Fucking.
Shit passenger. Fucking hell.
I didn't know who he was when he died.
Yeah, of course not. You haven't seen his other movies, such as Roadkill and...
Paul Walker, the biopic.
Yeah.
What was that movie where he was with Jessica Alba and they swam a lot?
Oh, Into the Blue.
Yeah.
A classic.
That was another one of his classics.
Yeah, that was a great film.
Yeah.
Did that win the Oscar that year, or did it just lose out?
Yeah, I think it lost out, yeah.
Yeah.
To White Chicks or Dude, Where's My Car or something.
All classics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't really like Jurassic World Fallen. It was all right. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna say anything. It was like awful, but like it's just more of that sort of nonsense, isn't it? Really.
I just love the way your man is like stripping genes off of different fossils and making a brand new dinosaur that's super ultra angry. I guess that's not even new in the world. And these lads are like, yeah, $50 million for the, and it's just so fucking retarded. Like, I know the whole thing is ridiculous anyway, because it's about ultimately like, you know, stripping genes and creating embryos so that they can make dinosaurs and all that stuff. But
I thought it would have been a better film had they have like the whole premise of the film was trying to get them off the island because the thing's about to explode. The volcano.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Which is what it was advertised as.
Yeah.
But advertised.
Yeah, it did take a weird turn, like an hour and 10 minutes in, when it turned into a weird auction movie, and then they all escaped. And I guess now the next movie is going to be like some weird, like hybrid dinosaur human thing. I don't know, because like, what's the movie going to be? They just escaped in Los Angeles or something, and then...
that is what's next. It's literally like Resident Evil
just
now.
in the city.
They've like run out of things to fucking genetically breed and fucking clone and all of that. Like they're gonna end up with like fucking Albert Wesker sitting in some bunker making new types of zombie dinosaurs that it just makes me so fucking angry.
But then the little girl, spoiler alert, is a clone, isn't she? So now we're like,
they're
where are we
cloning
gonna...
humans too. Yeah.
They're cloning humans. Like, are we gonna have a human park?
Yeah,
Like,
what they should do for the next one is just clone Hitler and give him an army of clone dinosaurs and just see how Europe deals with that.
Now there's a movie.
That isn't like, I'd rather watch that than watch Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. I can tell you.
Have you seen the advert for the new Godzilla?
I know, not the newest one. I saw the old teaser that they had made.
But both are really atmospheric, aren't they? Like they're just mostly sort of long shots and like not a lot. Like I don't know. It's just yeah.
I'm annoyed about that too, because I actually feel like Godzilla was a really underrated movie and like quite a beautiful movie, whereas Skull Island was a big loud piece of shit. And I don't like the idea.
Which Godzilla?
The latest one, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Like it's just, there are scenes in that are genuinely world class. The way that they're like set.
Yeah,
up.
the Halo jump.
That Halo jump is one of the best scenes I've ever seen in any movie.
Yeah.
But what's that? The Gareth Edwards, is it, who did that?
Yeah.
He did Rogue One, didn't he? And like Rogue One is full of those like beautiful looking shots of like because Rogue One opens like looking fantastic, and the Godzilla's the same. There's lots of really nice shots of like background or whatever, but like it's a good looking movie.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like the trailer for the latest one just looks a lot of CGI, doesn't it? Like there's not a great deal of like.
But did you want a real dinosaur?
No, but like I mean, like
I wanted
Godzilla
a real
looks
dinosaur.
like it was. You didn't see Godzilla a lot, is what I'm saying. So mostly it was shot. I don't know. Everything seemed to look like it took place like for real. And obviously, whenever Godzilla showed up, obviously he wasn't there. But like this movie looked really dark, and it looks like, I don't know, just end of the world sort of shit. And I'm like, do I need another one of those? It looks very Pacific Rim, and I don't know whether I need that again.
They do often release trailers before the CGI is properly rendered out and all of that. Like it's. I remember the Jurassic World, the first one. They had that thing where the giant crocodile thing comes up and bites something, and it was terrible looking. But in the actual movie, it looked a lot better. So maybe this one will be like that. But it's still like, do I need King Kong against Godzilla? Like, you know, when I say it like that, I kind of do need it. But do I need it in this particular setting? Like, I'm not so sure.
Well, they haven't given away whether King Kong's in it yet. Like most of it's those kaiju stuff, like the monsters from
the
the deep
Mothra.
space. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they'll like have Godzilla, or not Godzilla, King Kong like emerge at the end and like help Godzilla take down Mothra and like the giant fucking
Bro.
Three-headed thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Peter Jackson's King Kong was good, and Skull Island was not very good.
I don't think I've ever watched any of them.
Skull Island was a weird movie for me. Like I enjoyed it, but not because it was like a good monster movie. It kind of like teetered between wanting to be a comedy and wanting to be like a B movie. It never really like.
Yeah, it was so strange. Yeah, it didn't know what it was, I don't think.
No.
And it started out kind of serious too. And fucking Samuel L. Jackson was just so comically bad.
Yeah, that was a really weird stereotypical sort of like
Yeah, wasn't it?
general character. Yeah.
So fucking
Almost
weird.
off-putting. Like
Yeah,
in a
very.
way.
Yeah. Yeah, and the Creedence songs and fucking come on, lads, would you? Jesus Christ, how are you still fucking making films like this? Ridiculous. Have you seen Shin Godzilla, the Japanese one?
No.
No.
It's sensational.
I haven't seen a lot.
No, but you have seen a lot of Godzilla movies,
Yes.
so I thought
I've seen a lot of the same Godzilla movies several times.
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah. Did you?
Yeah, I don't know what. I mean, I don't know what would be your favorite movie of the year then.
Probably A Quiet Place.
I still haven't seen it.
I watched that on the film actually. I watched that on the plane.
It's really good.
That was good.
Yeah. I saw it in the cinema, and I think that is kind of the perfect setting because like no one is talking there, and it's like you're just as
For a film with no script.
yeah, it's really fucking good.
I gave you it last week, didn't I?
Yes.
I gave you the shorter one.
The podcast is sponsored by Jack,
Yeah.
talking to his whoever it is. Talking to.
Probably his brother.
Yeah.
They're a crime family. They're just exchanging money. And knowing how knowing how much I hate editing, that's gonna stay in. So, surprise. Also, I saw The Meg, which is actually genuinely better than Skull Island because it
And it's
knows
better than
what it
Jurassic
is.
Park Fallen Kingdom as well.
Yeah, it's way better than Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Yeah, because it knows exactly what it is and it doesn't lie about it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think I've seen like a lot of the time I try and see like Oscar-ish kind of movies to like make sure I'm like up to date with like what's good. Like I haven't seen First Man this year though. I haven't seen any of the sort of like those type of movies.
First Man can suck my dick. Ryan Gosling in every single film. It's like, all right, Ryan, you have been typecast as this really intense guy who doesn't say a whole lot. So we're going to give this role to you with your quiet charisma. And then this time, finally, someone is like, right, Ryan Gosling, you're going to play an actual guy who really existed. And Ryan Gosling is like, I'm going to play him really quiet and intense. Just fucking, like, just fuck off, Ryan Gosling. He's great, and, like, I love most of the movies that he's in, but, like, Jesus Christ, am I fucking tired of his just dopey-looking face with just too much acting with his eyes on that fella.
I did watch two sort of independent. No, well, Annihilation wasn't an independent movie, but I enjoyed Annihilation.
Yeah, it's sensational.
I enjoyed the movie called Upgrade. I don't know if you know about that movie.
No. What's that about?
No.
It's kind of like RoboCop. Like a guy, I don't want to give too much away, but like he gets an upgrade, if you like, in terms of like his brain power and like fighting ability, kind of like RoboCop.
Sort of like Ghost in the Shell and Lucy.
Yeah, kind of, and he wants
and Limitless.
Yeah, one of those kind of movies, and
I'm just gonna keep shouting films at you.
Is he like the thing on your laptop which constantly tells you your laptop needs upgrading?
Yes, that's what happens.
That's what he's like in the first act.
No. Thank God.
But it's basically the same plot as Venom, if you like, but it's 10 times better than Venom because Venom was awful.
I didn't see Venom, but I'm glad to know that it was awful.
It looked terrible.
Yeah, it did. It looked fucking atrocious.
And it was terrible.
Did you see Ready Player One?
That looked terrible.
No, I haven't seen that.
Surprisingly good.
Was it?
Yeah. It's actually genuinely good. But you're also just blown away by how good it actually is. Because
Is it surprising though? Because it's obviously Spielberg, and I feel like
I know, but it's obviously fucking terrible. Like all the posters were terrible. The plot
they
was
were.
terrible.
Yeah.
But nope. Turns out it's a good movie. So there you go.
It just looked so bad.
Yeah, I know. It does. I agree. But it was good. Solo, that came out. We did an entire podcast about it. Nothing more to say about
No.
I mean, I enjoyed Avengers: Infinity War as well. Like, it's got me. You know, they
that.
hooked me.
It's a fucking brilliant movie. It's my favorite Marvel film by a long way.
Yeah, because it's the finally the payoff of everything they're trying to do in it. Like, it's no, origin story or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic. So.
Yeah, it is. There's a bit of static coming out of someone. It's Jack. Jack, do you know what that
I think it's just I went silent. You were fucking boring me.
Alright, I will let you take this one. Don't even know what I'm going to say. I'm going to give worst movie of the year to Bohemian Rhapsody because I haven't seen it, but a movie named after that fucking god-awful song is something that I automatically hate, so fuck it. And fuck you, Queen. And
That
fuck
seems
the
like
Queen.
level-headed decision you've made.
Well, I'm a level-headed kind of man, People say this about me everywhere I go. They're always like, you have the level head in this world. Yeah. So, what type of music did you guys listen to in 2018?
Not 6ix9ine.
Oh yeah. How is that as far? I can't fucking I'm not about that. Come on, there's an I in there. I've seen it.
I wonder what his real name is.
But it's probably Jeremy Broadhurst.
It's 6ix9ine.
It's weird because I feel like he thinks he's black, but I feel like he's like Spanish or Mexican or something.
Daniel Hernandez.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Wow, great call, Loosemore. You big fucking racist.
From Brooklyn.
Should have known.
Who's a prick by all accounts.
Yeah. You'd want to be mad to say otherwise, really.
There wasn't really anything massive in music this year, was there?
There's a lot of great rap albums came out.
Eminem had an album this year, didn't they?
Yeah, but that's not what I meant
wasn't
when I
particularly
said
great.
Great. It was particularly fucking terrible, actually.
There's a couple of good ones.
Is there?
I can't remember which ones, but I remember there being a couple that I liked.
I have to say, I thought it was terrible.
Avicii died this year.
Yeah, that was sad. And
what was the year when we had a lot of people die that were famous? That wasn't
2016.
Was that 2016? Yeah.
That was like Robin Williams and David Bowie and.
Was that Prince as well?
Possibly. No, that was last year. That was this year.
No.
Who?
No. Well, again, it's been one long year since 2016. Like just one.
I feel like that's the truest thing you've ever said.
Yeah.
Like it's objectively a lie, but it's also the truest thing that I've heard. There was Future released Beast Mode 2, and I thought it was fucking excellent. And I haven't seen it in any of these best of lists for albums in 2018, which kind of upsets me because I don't really know why people would say it's anything other than really good, unless it came out in 2017, which is also actually possible.
But then are we counting the fact that 2016, 2017 and 2018 have all been just one giant year, so in which case actually...
I don't know if we can. Can we do that?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I listened to Post Malone a lot this year, and that's objectively not good, but then I quite like it, so,
What do we think about the Drake and Pusha T beef?
I'm unaware of it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you think I'm up to date with culture?
Like, yeah, you're like a huge Drake fan.
I like his music. I don't search out his name on Twitter every
Well,
24 hours.
Kanye West was going after Drake like
Yeah.
last
Yeah,
week.
here's
or-
a fucking head case. Something needs to be done about that fucking
What, like,
family of women.
I don't. Okay, why? What? So the man goes crazy and you attack the women. You're such a fucking prick.
How many men who have been
Jack's
romantic
about to say
or
how many men will be
associated with
destroyed
that
by the
family?
Kardashians before we
How-
do something.
On
Yeah.
a real though, how many of them have been fucking not destroyed but turned into mad cunts after being around that family?
Zero. First of all, Kanye was a
Zero.
Man. Well, Travis Scott isn't. Tyga wasn't.
They're still in the family.
Well, they're not because they were both going out with the same girl. So it's really fucking
Ah.
weird if she has two husbands right now.
Lamar Odom.
What?
I mean, yeah, like he. I mean, there might have been some underlying issues with that fella.
Like you definitely can't say that Kim Kardashian turned Kanye and Kanye West. The guy
Kanye
who
West turned mad when his mum died.
Well, yeah, like, but also like Kanye West is bipolar. Like, I don't get how people are so comfortable to just be like, oh, he's fucking mental, fuck him. Like, he's literally mentally ill. Like, he needs help. You know?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
that's
just
the
don't
Trump
think
card,
being
really.
in-
Isn't
I
it?
just don't think
How
being
long
in that
ago?
family
I know
helps.
we don't want to talk about Trump, and even like mention the fact that you mentioned Trump card made me think about Trump. But was it how long ago was it that he did the weird thing in the White House where like he sat opposite
this
Trump?
year.
That was about 3 months ago.
Was
Yeah,
it?
was this
Ah,
year.
Yes.
I feel like that was like. Was that last year?
Yeah, that was this year.
I love that he didn't get that he was being like 100% used by that government.
I know, yeah.
By Candace Owens.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. He's just a gigantic child. Like, I don't know. But, yeah, he's going after Drake.
Why?
Because, Jesus, let's see, can I get all this straight in my head? Oh, it's been a fucking mental year, man. So, Kanye produced Daytona, which is Pusha T's album, which is one of the albums of the year, definitely. And Pusha T calls Drake out in it, like he's been doing in loads of his songs. And then Drake comes back. Pusha T like name dropped him in one single sentence, and then Drake made an entire song about Pusha T, and it was really fucking good. And then Pusha T came back with another song which basically murdered Drake.
Is that the one where he basically told everyone that he's got like
A kid.
a child
Yeah.
somewhere else?
So
yeah.
what happened was, Drake has a kid, and no one knew about it in the world. He was keeping the kid secret, and he was gonna reveal the kid as part of this Adidas fucking.
But it's weird because it feels like Pusha T went on like
Some
Ancestry.com
sponsored-
and just like
some
fucked
sponsored-
Drake completely.
Well, Pusha T.
Was it a sponsored child release?
It basically was gonna be a fucking big a promotional
here is-
thing.
Prince presented by Adidas.
His kid is called something like Adi, I don't know, or fucking something like that. Anyway, and it was going to be Adidon. It was like a new range of Adidas things promoted by Drake in honor of his kid. But Pusha T found out and released it beforehand, along with the cover for the single had Drake in blackface on it, and Pusha T just completely like sliced him up into pieces and put him in a bin. And then like Drake came back from it because he had good songs and stuff, but everybody thinks of him differently now because he was hiding a kid all that time. And then from that, I don't know, Drake thought that Pusha T got all of that information from Kanye because Kanye is like an executive board member of Adidas or something like that.
Just so you want, you're bored of your massive company, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it is. No, he's something. He's president of fucking creation or brain genius of the company. Like he's something like that anyway.
Yeah, it's probably a title he gave himself, isn't it?
And I think Drake like threw a few shots at Kanye in I think he mentioned him on Sicko Mode or something like that. I can't even fucking remember. And then Pusha T was like, actually, no, it wasn't Kanye. It was Noah 40, your producer that I found out from. And then it was this whole thing, and Drake said something recently, and Kanye went mental, and yeah, so it's just they don't.
Why can't these rappers get along?
I know, it's what we want, except it isn't, because rap beef is amazing, and the fucking Machine Gun Kelly and Eminem thing was also great. There was like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, loads of shit.
They actually like got arrested, did they, or had to be pulled apart or something like that?
Yeah, I think Cardi B got like reprimanded or something.
I believe Katy Perry and Taylor Swift is ongoing.
No, I think they patched it up, didn't they?
Oh, they need to do a song together then.
Yeah. I've kind of gone off them.
Oh, you have no taste.
I don't think Reputation was that good.
No, it wasn't.
I
It was
thought
alright.
Look What You Made Me Do was great. I was very I like that kind of attitude and all that. But
You can't really peak after 1989.
no, you certainly can't. You can't peak
What?
after you've
As
peaked.
I believe I WhatsApped you randomly one of the GOAT albums
Yes, you did a few weeks ago. That was very
for
strange.
absolutely no reason.
Have you heard the new 1975 album?
I've heard a
no.
couple of singles.
It's pretty fucking good. I don't like them at all, but that album's really good.
They got a good, like, sort of quite a unique sound to them.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, it's nice to see them doing well.
Yeah.
But like
Lads.
they talk like kind of about society. It's not like just pop music. He tries to interject sort of like
Yeah,
not yeah, you know what I mean?
This album, he actually does a really good job of doing that. Like, he sounds like a man just very confused with how to like exist in 2018, and
Yeah.
it comes true in a really like sincere way and not a pretentious way at all. So
Mm.
that's good, because I always thought that they were a little bit pretentious, but this album is quite good in that way. Fucking Mac Miller had a really good album this year, and then
died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the,
That's not funny, obviously.
No, that's like
Um,
the one. That's like the one death of the year that was real, like, just really fucking sad, because he had clearly tried so hard to, work on himself and all that, and it was just, I don't know. I don't think
Where did he die?
anyone.
Was it an overdose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fentanyl, cocaine, and what was the other thing he had in his system?
I'm 1 for 2 so far.
Probably lean or something.
Nah.
Yeah. Very, the album is, if you listen to the album now, it's like even extra fucking powerful. Like, just, yeah. He was a good guy.
Who didn't see what's that, Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson last in the year?
I mean, that whole thing was weird anyway because of his death, and then they like. I feel like I didn't realize because they got together really quickly after like they split up, and then he died, and then they split. It's just a whole very weird mess, and you kind of think
like, she's the hottest woman in the world, and like, I'm literally better looking than Pete Davidson and Mac Miller. Like,
it is a weird one, yeah.
Yeah, isn't it? Does that? Do you ever think about that? Like, how I'm literally more attractive than both of them?
I've never had that go through my head.
I don't believe that at all. You dismiss that very quickly.
But
Yeah, it's almost
false.
like you've thought about it before.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna open it up to the listeners. Do you guys think it's really weird that I'm literally more attractive than those two men? And like,
I'm sure it's all they can think about.
yeah, I'd say so. I'm sure at least 5 of them have looked at my Instagram and gone, Jesus, he's
That's half the audience.
certainly better looking than Mac Miller and Pete Davidson.
Yeah. I think that, I mean, if you have thought that, you should comment on it on the YouTube video that we release after this.
Yeah,
Good
loose more
plug.
using the colloquial we.
Yeah. Yeah.
All that editing we do,
Yeah. It's really hard to do a podcast. Yeah.
as you can tell.
Yeah. Of course, the other great loss in 2018 is the Midnight Hour podcast.
Never
Yeah.
forget.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we went from being a weekly
Rest in
podcast
peace,
to
sweet prince.
a yearly podcast.
I think it's quarterly at this point.
Right, is it? Okay.
Right, we're gonna have 60 minutes silence in honor of the midnight hour.
It's been better than the last 6 minutes of this podcast.
Yeah, certainly true. Is there any albums that you guys listened to at all this year?
1989.
Okay. You are the worst fucking... What's your favourite Christmas movie? Well, I watched Finding Nemo this Christmas and Independence Day. So those are my two favourite Christmas movies.
I did watch Independence Day a couple of weeks ago, to be honest.
You're such a fucking weird guy. Like, you
It's
do
good
not
film.
get enough fucking abuse for being as weird as you are.
That's fair.
I listened to the new Arctic Monkeys album.
Oh, yeah? What did you think of that?
I kind of liked it, to be honest. Like, it's a little bit different, and I don't really like them like as much as like huge Arctic Monkey fans. I mean, I've always been sort of like, I'm not that into them, but like this is all right. It's a weird album. Like
I kind of love
he's
it.
a weird fella.
Yeah, he is.
Anyway,
I love it, but I hate that I love it because I don't think it's actually any fucking good. Like, it's not. I don't think it's the kind of album that any other band could make.
No, I think it's like a weird Bowie album or something like that. You know, where they're so good and critically acclaimed that they can do whatever the fuck they want.
He can
And they've
disappear
kinda done
as far up his fucking hole
Yeah,
as he
and then
wants
they
to.
could do a weird sort of concept album, and you can kind of go, "Is this good?" And you're not really sure, but then actually, like, I think like the melodies are quite good, and it's all that sort of stuff. But like, he's just lyrically just a bit weird in this one. But I mean, I don't know. He's always been kind of.
I like the way he's like, yeah, well, you know, we've got one of the best drummers in the world. Let's replace him with a drum machine that has like 4 beats in the fucking whole thing. It's very, very weird. Like, if you listen to The View from the Afternoon and then listen to literally any song off of Tranquility Base Hotel.
Yeah, and Casino. Yeah.
God. They make me gag, like, as a band. Like, I don't know what it is. There's just something disgusting about them. You know?
I feel like he, of anyone, looks like he's like trapped in the 1970s in a weird sort of like smoking room, like doing like fucking mountains of cocaine. Like, but he's like, he's not very 2018. I don't know whether I guess that's a good thing. I suppose I don't know.
I think he only exists inside of his own fucking head. That fella. He just seems like such a fucking wanker. I'd say if you knew him, like, you'd fucking hate him. You'd only stay friends with him just for the concert tickets. The bollocks.
He's a massive cokehead, isn't he?
I'd say.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
If you Google, what's his fucking name? I can't even remember his name. If
Alex.
you Google him and then put 2018 next to him and like see what he looks like now, you're like, yeah, that guy is doing cocaine right now.
Oh, what a lad.
Jack likes him now.
Yeah.
I'm coming round to him.
Finding things that you have in common. That's always nice. Yeah, it's I don't know. I just don't fucking know. Anything else shout about this year? What about the fucking Elon Musk calling the guy a paedophile?
What a weird bloke he is.
I kind of like him. I don't know why though.
I kind of like him too, but it's only because everyone I follow on Twitter hates him.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, lads, he can't be that bad. He's not.
Then he
Alex
called a
Turner.
random person a paedophile
Yeah.
on Twitter for tens of millions of people to see.
Right, but what if that guy actually is a paedophile?
I know, right? Yeah.
All of a sudden,
What a turn of events that would be. That would be great.
that's like the
Admittedly.
worst like defense of someone I've ever made in my entire life.
I always think about like Elon Musk as like, you know, when like in the Batman movies when Bruce Wayne pretends to be a dick
Yeah.
to like hide the fact that he's Batman. So as Bruce Wayne persona, he's just a cunt. I feel like Elon Musk is doing that, but like he doesn't have the Batman thing to hide behind. He's just a bit of a knob
Yeah.
because he can like be that way, unless he is a superhero, and this is why he's being a knob, and that's really cool.
I
doubt
saw, like, one day he tweeted something like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this," and then he responded to the tweet later on, and he was like, "Actually, fuck it, there's no point. Instead, I just bought this website, and now I'm changing it into this." And some guy replied saying, "Elon Musk is like Tony Stark," and I'm like, "Lads, he bought a fucking domain. He's not Iron Man.
No.
He's not flying to Afghanistan in a fucking petrol suit made of steel and other elements. Like, he just bought a website. A billionaire bought a website. That does not make the man Tony Stark."
One man.
Yeah, what a man, though.
He's
Anyways,
he's like Joe Rogan. That was quite funny. Did you listen to that?
yeah, I did, yeah.
You can tell he's a weirdo just because of the way he talks.
You can tell, like, he's socially awkward.
Yeah, he's like he's autistic or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might have some kind of autism or something. Yeah.
He's on some
Yeah.
kind of spectrum. I actually meant that sincerely. He probably is. It wouldn't surprise me to learn that about him. Or maybe he's not. I don't know. He could be just...
He's but he's like you can tell he's so clever.
Yeah.
It seems anyway. Like just most times you just can't understand what he's fucking saying. So that must be clever.
Sort of like a billionaire Jordan Peterson.
Yeah,
Everyone just pretends to know what he's talking about.
yeah.
He was... He...
That's got big this year.
Yeah.
Anyone all right?
I don't think Jordan Peterson is all right. But if you didn't know anything about him and you just read his tweets and that was all, you would think he's a fucking imbecile. The way every time he forgets his YouTube password, he fucking tweets like, "I'm being censored."
It's like, oh, don't worry. Just had to click the pictures that had a bus in it.
But it's like, how do you know what's a bus? It depends on your definition of the word bus. Let me find
like-
this fucking tweet he made the other day, because it blew my fucking mind when I read it. This is some serious shit. Hold on.
We are holding.
Hold on there, lads. Keep holding. Maybe he deleted it in a moment of self-awareness. No, still here. Dave Rubin and I put up identical videos yesterday regarding Patreon. The latter has 150,000 views, the former 75k, unchanged since last night. What's up at YouTube? No one will do well if we corrupt the very idea of number. The idea of number. Motherfucker, do you know how YouTube worked? Can you imagine if every time fucking Nep didn't have a video that banged and he was like, "Fucking YouTuber corrupting the idea of number. The postmodernists are suppressing me. I speak too much truth." Like, if they were going out of their way to fucking censor Jordan Peterson, they would fucking ban him, and they'd fucking ban Dave Rubin, and they'd ban Ben Shapiro. Like, your video didn't do as well as Dave Rubin's. Fucking get over it, you little baby man. Jesus.
They're just the people who manage to get this find a living by being outspoken.
Yeah.
It's like things like Piers Morgan who says stuff to annoy people into interacting with him and watching his shit.
Yeah.
Like his stuff about David Beckham kissing his kid on the lips. It's like he doesn't think that's weird. He's just saying it is because it's David Beckham, so people defend him, so that people come and talk to him, even if they're calling him a cunt, which they always are.
Yeah.
He does it for them views. It's the same with all of them people.
Well, I think it's
The problem is their outspokenness funds them. You know what I mean? So it's
Exactly. So they need
thing.
to keep saying this stuff
Exactly.
for people to keep coming to them.
But I don't think that's true of Jordan. Like, I think Jordan Peterson, like, if you had a conversation with him, you would be wrong about most of the things. Like, he's a really intelligent guy, and he is, like, quite honest, and, like, I'm not really into his religiosity or whatever, but he's, like, he speaks
Yeah.
a lot of sense and fairness to the man. But it's just that if you strip away all that context and read this tweet, you're gonna think he's a fucking complete tool. Whereas with Piers Morgan, it's the reason that he is the way that he is because his parents never loved him, so he never learned the difference between good attention and bad attention, so he just thinks that all attention is good. As long as it's the opposite of being ignored, that's all he cares about. So
So the whole thing with Raheem Sterling, he tried to claim that it wasn't Like he's trying to defend all the people in the media and that, wasn't he? Well, Piers Morgan was.
Oh, you mean about the latest thing with Sterling? You mean?
Oh yeah, the Sterling, but like when it all came out like a couple of weeks ago.
The pound
And he was-
sterling?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. He tried to defend the pound.
Yeah, well, it's doing really bad at the
Yeah,
moment.
you're doing bad, you prick.
I'm having a great time on Amazon.co.uk because you keep ruining your economy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thank you
I assume
for
you
your
were talking
concern.
about the footballer, Raheem.
Yes, believe it or not,
£1.
that is what I was talking about.
Raheem
He tried
English
to-
pounds.
I actually completely fell out of that story. I think I saw a headline and I was just like, I just don't have fucking time for this anymore. What's the latest with that? They're all...
There's no latest to it. It's just more of an ongoing thing of how he gets treated by the media.
Yeah. Despite the
But
fact
it is I think it's rightly or wrongly become a race thing, but
rightly.
But but Rooney got the shit like from the media constantly, and I feel like Sterling is now in that boat of he's the guy, he's the English like footballer.
But Rooney was shagging Nans.
Yeah, but he wasn't all the time, was he? Like
he was sometimes
once
having
is enough.
threesomes with escorts as well, in fairness.
Yeah.
And he was
Only
caught,
was.
caught
Like,
smoking
they
them.
tend to give. Like Beckham got a hard time.
Yeah, no, that's true. Beckham got a really hard time.
You
I
know,
just
to
think
take one English.
Greta Sterling has never put his life out in the media, never done anything, and he gets the worst treatment of any footballer.
He
I've ever
does,
seen.
yeah. He's
I-
apparently got 4 kids, even though he only has 1. He got a
He's got
fucking
one.
tattoo of a gun, therefore he's a gangster. He
The
fucking...
silly twat that was shopped at Poundland.
Yeah, and he flew a fucking plane somewhere to have dinner or some shit as well, that he also did.
Yeah, he bought his mum a house.
What
Yeah,
a fucking
Just
bastard.
hours after England lost.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, are we going to talk about the World Cup?
Yeah, what time?
Yous are the biggest bunch of cunts for doing this exact thing where you
Fuck
go,
off.
yous fucking do this every time, and I don't know if you know that you do it, but you're like,
we know we do
look,
it.
we're not gonna do very well. We'll probably finish, maybe in the top 10, and like that'd be pretty nice. And then you win one
that's
game
based-
against some fucking people in Panama who work in milk shops and bakeries, and you're like, oh, it's coming home, and you just turn into the most insufferable fucking It's fucking mental. I never see self-awareness be stripped away so quickly than when England play football.
Yeah, but you have to admit that Pickford saving that penalty and England winning that game was just quality.
I'd
you know?
love to
I mean-
give him sweet chin music.
I mean, that was a good.
I think I could beat him in a fight.
I spent 3 weeks drunk.
And that had nothing to do with the World Cup. That was last week.
That was just before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just. It was like. It was different in this country because it was like. That was needed. If the World Cup was now, it would be so much better because it's needed to bring people together in a weird gay way. And that everyone hates each other now, and
Yeah.
that was the only common ground any of us had for about a month.
Yeah, it was a nice
and,
time.
then, and then we got back to calling each other nonsense and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's mental to me. That's fucking crazy.
It was a good World Cup.
It was. I wish
It was
Croatia
better. It was
won.
better than what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone was really good, but it was like a fun World Cup, if that makes sense.
Luka Modric was really good.
He was good.
What?
But do you know, like, when you look back at, like, maybe because I'm look back in, like, with rose-tinted glasses or whatever, like, the 2002 World Cup was really good.
Yeah, it's the best.
Whereas this was good, but it was just a lot of fun. Like,
There isn't a bad World Cup nowadays. It just isn't. Like, everyone thought South Africa was shit. It was good. Everyone thought Russia was bad. It was good.
Wait, this was Russia.
Yeah.
Oh. The Brazil
Everyone
one.
thought it was good. Brazil one was good.
Yeah, it was. We got to see Germany win a game 16-0 against
yeah.
the hosts.
Yeah, it's just it's a World Cup. It's going to be good.
I agree, and I look forward to Qatar.
No, that will be bad. After everything I've just said, that will be bad.
I often do this thing in my head, and I shouldn't tell you that I do it, but when I hear you passionately make a point, I just immediately think, how can I make him go back on this within a second of finalising it?
It's not hard. I have low morals and not a great backbone.
Do you say that in job interviews?
It's like, what's your weakness? Eczema.
I'm not a great swimmer. Yeah.
I panic under pressure situations.
Yeah. Yeah, it's strange. What do we think of Jose Mourinho getting sacked?
We.
I'm
I like
fucking
seeing
delighted.
both him and United, either together or separately, lose.
Yeah.
There's something about it. I don't hate United. I just think it's funny watching them not win games.
Same, because I live in Ireland and everybody
And
here...
the fucking United fans going to suffering is over. They have no idea what it's like to suffer as a sports fan.
Yeah, it is a weird thing where like you see fans of like franchises of or teams in this country where they win for so long and they have some sort of God-given right to be winners all the time, and it's like that's not how it works ever.
Yeah, or they don't win anything ever and they're consistently shit, yet they think that the reason that they don't win the league every year is because Mike Ashley owns them. What the fuck is that about? It's the most baffling thing in the world to me.
The only trophy they win is most horses punched.
Yeah, and even then they're actually level with, I think, is it Rangers or Celtic? Someone punched a horse at a fucking game in Scotland at Hampden Park, and I think it was a Rangers fan, because I just don't think Celtic fans would do something bad, so it must have been.
Of course they wouldn't.
Wow.
Yeah, never.
No, never. Yeah, that's the Newcastle sense of entitlement is baffling to me always. Like they've finished in they've been in the Champions League once in my lifetime, and that was when Sir Bobby Robson managed them. And since then they finished fifth one time, nearly finished fourth with Alan Pardew, and they still were just angry at Alan Pardew for not finishing first, I think. And it's mad, and I think all of the Newcastle fans have probably angrily commented on the video by now, and I should say that I don't really care. I'm just being facetious.
It does annoy me when people are like, they're a big club, they deserve to be doing
fuck
better,
off with
and you're
that.
just like, what? Why? Like, why? It doesn't make any
They don't fucking
sense.
deserve anything. If Harley
If
Davidson
you're shit,
went
you're
bankrupt
shit.
because they overspent on their budget, or they started making shit bikes, no one would be like, oh well, we gotta defend Harley Davidson. They're like, fuck off, you know what I mean? Jesus.
Because one of the United accounts on Twitter said something about how the suffering was over, and there was quite a good reply from a Palace fan or Palace account saying, we literally haven't won a single major trophy in our 114-year history. That is suffering.
I would say it's a privilege to even support a football team.
It's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, well, for you it genuinely is, so.
I've watched more football this year than the last few years.
Yeah, I think I have too, because I got Sky in my room, so.
It's helped that England are good again, though. That's nice.
We have made England great again.
Yeah.
I can't
Quicker than America.
Brexit doesn't mean Brexit.
Yous are going to get knocked out of the Euros by
You won't fucking make it there,
Poland.
you cunt.
Yeah, I know, but we don't think that we're really good.
Neither do we.
We went, yeah, what? Yes, you do. You thought I was
we
coming
don't.
home for fucking 4 weeks back there in June. Did you forget about that? You fucking...
Yeah, but do you know how big Panama are,
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
They've got a canal and everything.
Yeah.
It's a famous one as well.
We've got a fucking bridge and a river.
And a wall.
Yeah, let's hope so.
And a Brexit.
Put one between us and Scotland and cut them off.
Build
Send
that
them out into
wall.
the ocean.
Build that wall.
Cut
We're going to make Scotland pay for it.
Yeah. And then we'll do the tunnelling as well, and we'll just be by ourselves because we don't want friends. Yeah.
Fucking Anyway,
Thanks for making
Do
this
you
the
think
worst
do you think
episode.
we'll actually ever leave Europe, or do you think no?
I hope not.
It
But
didn't.
I think we will.
The court ruled there the other day that you can actually still undo it, and I think like if you still insist on going through with it at this point, it will be the fucking stupidest thing any country has done in our lifetime.
We're going through it because the people in charge all fucking profit massively off the pound falling and off us leaving the country. Jacob Rees-Mogg has shorted the UK pound, the British sterling, whatever it is, by so much.
Yep.
Every time it goes down, he fucking makes so much money. His own investing firm on his account, on his website, had articles about how you can Brexit-proof your investments.
Yeah, and it's
How about
based
he
in
fucks
Ireland.
off the Thames and fucking gets eaten by a rogue whale?
It's
He
the
does
rogue
look like
whales
the
you gotta watch
guy
out.
who has like a giant 8-foot portrait of himself in his hallway, doesn't he?
Yeah, he fucking wanks to it every night.
The thing that fucking annoys me the most about all this whole fucking thing is that no one fucking talks about Northern Ireland. And, like, English people don't even know what Northern Ireland is. They don't know if they own it. They don't know if it's part of the UK. They don't know if it's just part of Britain. Like, they don't know anything about this. Like, English people come over to Dublin and they are shocked that we don't take the pound sterling in Dublin. Like, they just don't have a fucking clue about this. And you see fucking Boris is, like, saying shit like, oh yeah, well, there's a border between Scandinavia and Norway that closes at this or fucking Sweden and Norway that closes at this time. And it's like, you are a fucking imbecile. There are, like, 2 entry points on that border, and there are about 1,800 of them in the north. And some of them are someone's back garden. And like 20,000 armed soldiers couldn't fucking keep that border manned back in the day. What makes you think it's going to be? And he's like, oh, we'll get drones to do it. Like, oh, God. There's only a few small business owners. Like, oh, shove it up your bollocks, you stupid old fucking ignorant cunt.
Boris Johnson backed it because it would get him closer to power.
Yeah, because there are so many quotes
it was a
from
giant
him
power
saying
play.
that it would be
No
a huge
one-
mistake
no
to
one-
leave.
No one in the Tory, most of the Tory government don't believe we should believe in.
If
But they've
I'd love
But
it
I-
so much if Theresa May just went, do you know what, Boris, here, you can have it. You're the Prime Minister now. Because he wouldn't have a fucking clue
deal
what
with
to
it.
do. Like,
You notice how Farage was fucked off, the fucking gammon-faced cunt.
that's racist.
Is it?
No, but I love how offended people get by it.
It's just it's such a prick.
Yeah, he is. He's a horrible bastard.
It's a horrible, horrible man who speaks more in public, so fucking weirdos like him and Tommy Robinson couldn't fucking profit off it.
And in fairness, Tommy Robinson is a hero. He went to jail.
Yeah, for defending our free speech.
Yeah.
No, for fucking playing the fucking court case at risk. The fucking racist shit.
It is weird when like he says things like he comes on with videos and he's like, I've never said a fucking racist thing in my life, and there's no
And then,
proof, and then
just
like
a
cut
minute
to a
after,
video of
clips of him.
yeah,
What did he actually say that's racist?
probably loads of stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, genuine question. I've never actually seen him say something that's actually racist.
I don't think he ever says anything directly. I think it's clever that he never says anything directly racist. It's everything he implies and everything, the ideas he comes up with, and his criticisms of other religions. I think he will never say anything like, "Oh, I fucking hate Muslims." He'd never say that because he knows that's even the softest of his supporters would
Yeah,
think that
he's not as stupid as Trump. Like that's
He is. There is footage of him in Dublin with Pegida saying something like, "Wait till you're off camera and then you can fucking show them," like something like that, alluding to like if you meet any protesters, beat the shit out of them. So I'd say he is shrewd. But then was it him who stood on stage next to that fella in Newcastle who said, "Send the black cunts home"? Was that Tommy Robinson or was that?
Don't know.
yeah, I don't know.
Don't know. I know that the other day, fucking that kid who was from Syria who was getting bullied, and there's a video of it.
Yeah.
And then the fucking 2 days later, Tom Robinson comes out with a video saying, "Oh, this Syrian kid, he was part of a group bullying a white English girl," and like everyone, it came out that it just wasn't true, and he just he apologised for it. It's like, why would you come out and say that stuff in the first place?
I think like some of the stuff that he says is inevitably true. Like I don't really think that Islam is good should counter that or qualify that by saying I don't think any religion is good. I think they're all terrible. And
they're all terrible.
They're all a net bad for humanity.
They're the cause and start of wars.
Yeah, pretty they're
if you went down to the basics of it, it's what starts all wars.
Yeah, but I think when you see after that one of the terrorist attacks in London recently, I think it was the one on the bridge where the guy drove the car over the bridge, and Tommy Robinson was there on the scene within like an hour, and then he started off his video by saying, "We have been fighting these people for 15,000 years," or whatever he said. It wasn't that, but it was something like that, and it was just so, like, if you truly are like an atheist who wants to criticize the ideals of religion and try and get to the root cause of that, and that's what your issue with Islam is, that's fine, but you don't fucking start speeches by saying we are at war with these people. Like, if you say that, then you are, like, that rhetoric is very obviously inflammatory and aggressive and violent, so you can't really be, the free speech warrior.
I think the way the country has given him this platform where people believe him, because people want things to change, but he's just not the vehicle to get on with.
I just feel like 2018 more than ever has been sort of like the social media. Everyone has a voice, and that's going to get worse and worse and worse, I guess, because of the internet. But like, we seem to like jump to characters like Tommy Robinson because of that. Like, and people seem to, I don't know, like this almost the louder you shout, even on social media, louder you shout, you'll get followers, even if you're spitting fucking shit. So.
I think we're coming soon to like the biggest change you ever see on social media and how news is delivered. And that at some point, every single thing you put through Facebook saying they're going to end up having you have to include sources and stuff like that. That will be the next big thing that happens in news.
Yeah. Well, it still is the lawless thing. Like, the internet is still pretty lawless. Like, you can just
say what you want.
Yeah.
You can claim any.
And that's kind of transcended its way into like society and culture in general. Hence why like the president of America just says whatever the fuck he wants all the time.
I find it like dark and unsettling that every fucking conversation comes back to this. Like, it's like I don't even want to talk about it, but here I am, and I like.
But it's the biggest news, isn't it?
But it's
the biggest thing
horrible.
dividing our country.
I know, yeah.
I find it mad that it's got to the point it has, but.
Yeah, I find it fucking crazy.
Just things like the Donald on Reddit.
Yeah.
That I get why they are the way they are, because if you look at the actual page, it says it's a never-ending rally. So it's a rally. So all they're going to do is big them up and stuff like that. If it said a place to discuss Donald Trump and his pros and cons, it wouldn't be the way it is. Because they wouldn't be saying all this positive stuff and banning people for saying anything negative.
I tell you something else though. Like, when I was 14 on the internet, I said
I almost don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about some of the shit that I said. I was outrageous. Like,
yeah.
I would probably, if I said some of the stuff that I said back then now, I would, like, the police would know me. Like.
Yeah, but that's for an immaturity, isn't it?
Yeah, and just
and a shit understanding of the world.
Yeah.
But then when you become an adult and you're consistently posting lies about someone just because you don't like Muslims, then that's when you've got a problem.
But that came up with the Kevin Hart thing like last week, didn't it, or something like that? Like he was going to host the Oscars, and then
what did he say? Did he say something about the gays?
He said a homophobic joke 10 years ago on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then they apparently like corporations now apparently go through old tweets of like
that's fucking stupid as well. Like Jack
If I ever got famous
in this podcast.
If I ever got famous, they'd find my Paul Walker tweet and I'll get shut down so quick.
Yeah. Which is weird though, isn't it? Like, that basically says that we're not allowed growth as human beings because
it wasn't a horrible tweet. It's just I mentioned it and
I don't know. It's a very weird thing.
I did a little scan of my Twitter recently because I think my manager in work is very close to finding my Twitter, and I just searched at Eldenero90 faggot to see had I ever said that word, because I know that I used to say that word when I was younger, and there is one instance of me typing it, but it was somebody called me a faggot, but they said like you're a faggot or something, like YOUR kind of thing.
Yeah,
And I replied with something snappy like, so I don't know, but I used that word in like I forget what it was, but it was basically me reading their bad grammar back to them. But they fucking deleted their tweet, so it just looked like I tweeted that guy out of the blue and called him a faggot. And I'm actually really glad that since, I think, when did I make my Twitter? 2011, I think it was. That since 2011, that's the only instance I ever actually used that word. So that's good. Maybe I think I might have quoted an Eminem lyric at some stage as well, but.
Have you ever been sexist though?
Probably have, yeah. But I think I spent the last 5 years making up for it. So considering the amount of people who call me a feminazi, I actually don't think that it wouldn't fly now if you called me sexist.
Yeah.
Even my housemate calls me like Captain Feminist.
But it is a weird thing, like especially the Kevin Hart thing, where like he's a comedian. His whole job is to tell whether that joke was funny or not. Like he's not saying some sort of weird truth that he thinks is factual. He's just making it like
and
Eddie
a lot
Murphy
of like in Raw. Like no one's going around the place thinking that Eddie Murphy is hugely homophobic, right? Like you contextualize it with the times, and the times have just moved really quickly in the last 10 years. Like
and it's weird
Obama
that
ran on saying that marriage is between a man and a woman.
Yeah.
Like the first ever openly fucking accepting of gays president is Donald Trump. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a bit mad.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So.
What a great guy.
Yeah, what a great man, though.
I'll take it all back.
Yeah. I'd say he's sound if you get to know him.
Yeah, sound IRL.
I'd say he loves a few pints.
Yeah.
Famously doesn't drink, but... Yeah.
Doesn't drink, just some skis with the boys.
That's it, yeah. Alright. Oh, we should say something about Christmas, shouldn't we?
It's a terrible time of year. Someone's going to die in EastEnders. Santa Claus doesn't exist. Happy New Year.
Loosemore, care to expand on that?
Are we ever gonna get another really good Christmas song? That's what I want to know.
No.
Cool.
What about that Justin Bieber one? It's not terrible.
No,
we're not gonna
but
get
I feel
one.
like the Mariah Carey "All You Want for Christmas" has been allowed in like to the Christmas like circle of songs. But other than that, I don't think anything else should be added. Like, it's all fucking terrible.
What about Killing in the Name by Rage Against the Machine?
I mean, that's just a good song.
It's legitimately a Christmas number one.
Yeah, but it's the same, like,
Big sad about any of the X Factor songs.
Yeah, exactly.
For the past 5 years before that.
Stay Another Day by East 17.
What's
That's
a song?
Actually, the most recent one, I think. That outdates Mariah Carey. Or it's more recent.
Maybe you've got to go away. It's a great song.
Yeah.
It's about one. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was
it's not very Christmassy.
No, it isn't. And apparently he wrote that song for his brother.
Okay.
Oh, that's only funny because it is not funny.
In 10 years, Jack's not going to be able to host the Oscars now.
In 10 years, Jack's not going to be able to piss in public.
Because I'm scared of all them transsexuals.
Did you see the drill tweet that's like, take my dick out in a public bathroom? No thanks. I'm not Jared from Subway.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll follow him anymore.
It's the only
He was
Twitter
great,
account. I haven't been on Twitter in like 2 months because I've actually been too depressed for Twitter, that's when you know you really need help. Is when you can't even go on Twitter and tell Twitter that you want to die. The one place where the world is like, yeah, me too, bro. You're right. But drill, I will always have time for drill.
I think, does he still remain my only like?
No, that wasn't Drill. Drill didn't do the duck tweet. You
It's
idiot.
Keith.
Yeah.
No, yeah. That duck tweet. Got a lot of time to be alive.
There's a Twitter account called Hitler Mustache that promises to tweet pictures of celebrities with Hitler
I
mustaches.
saw one with Mourinho earlier.
Yeah, it only has one, and it's Jose Mourinho, and I retweet it every time something happens to Jose Mourinho, and one day it will bang. It's sitting pretty right now on 9 retweets and 10 likes.
Oh,
for
yeah.
One day.
Doing numbers.
Yeah.
It literally is. That's the only tweet that's
Yeah.
It's like someone's come up with the idea of doing it and chosen him first and then forgot about
it's got 6 followers. It's pretty good.
it. Is one of them you?
No, actually it
No,
isn't.
no, it's not. Oh, God. Twitter still remains the best thing.
And the worst.
It was the best of things. It was the worst of things.
So, Merry Christmas to the Christians and Merry Winter, you dirty atheists.
God doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Take that into the new year.
Yes, cunts. Alright, let's do this
Oh, I
again in
told
3
them.
months. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we'll be
soon.
free in
Seems
3
soon.
months. Yeah.
Alright.
I don't need to lie no more. Nowadays all I do is shine, take a breath and ease my mind, yeah. She don't cry no more. She tell me that I get her high, cause an angel's supposed to fly. And I ain't asking why no more. No, I take it if it's mine, I don't stay inside the lines. It ain't 2009 no more. Yeah, I know what's behind that door. Okay, you gotta jump in to swim, yeah. The light was dim in this life of sin. Now every day I wake up and breathe, yeah. I don't have it all, but that's alright with me. Take it nice and easy, took a flight to see me. Send you back home with a light that's beaming. My whole team about to figure it out. We ice cold, that's what winter about. And sometimes, I wish I took a simpler route. Instead of having demons that's as big as my house. Have a ball with it, dribble and bounce. Cause the party ain't over till they kicking me out. Yeah, isn't it funny we can make a lot of money, buy a lot of things just to feel a lot of ugly. Yeah, I was yay high and muddy, looking for what was looking for me. But I don't need to lie no more. Nowadays all I do is shine, take a breath and ease my mind. Yeah, she don't cry no more. Tell me that I get her high, cause an angel's supposed to fly. I ain't asking why no more. I know I take it if it's mine, I don't stay inside the lines. It ain't 2009 no more. I know what's behind that door. Okay, they ask me what I'm smiling for. Yeah, because I never felt this high before. It's like I never been alive before. Yeah. I'd rather have me peace of mind than war. You see me and you. We ain't that different. I struck the fuck out and then I came back swinging. Take some time to finish, mind my business. A life ain't a life till you live it. I was digging me a hole, big enough to bury my soul. Weight of the world, I gotta carry my own. With these arms, I can carry you home. I'm right here when you scared and alone. And you don't never gotta worry. I ain't never in a hurry. Even when it's 7:30 and the time is running low. When your heart get cold, see what's behind all them unturned stones. And I'm a pro when it come to my job. But really I'm just trying to start believing in God. Yeah. Now when it gets hard, I don't panic, I don't sound the alarm. Because I don't need to lie no more. Nowadays all I do is shine, take a breath and ease my mind. And she don't cry no more. She tell me that I get her high, cause the angel's supposed to fly. And I ain't asking why no more. I know I take it if it's mine, I don't stay inside the lines. It ain't 2009 no more. Yeah, I know what's behind that door. Okay, I don't need to lie no more. Nowadays all I do is shine, take a breath and ease my mind, and she don't cry no more. She tell me that I get her high, cause an angel's supposed to fly, and I ain't asking why no more. Oh no, I take it if it's mine, I don't stay inside the lines, it ain't 2009 no more. Yeah, I know what's behind that though.
Jack, when are you coming back to Dublin?
Never.
Alright, good talk. That was my buddy Jack Brown telling me when he's coming back to Dublin.
If you're going to New York in March, can you do the podcast from New York?
Probably not. I will probably... maybe I can, actually. But
I'm
Probably,
gonna.
You know.
if you'd like me to.
Yeah, it was like milestone podcast, you know, the famous 120th. What are we at 100? What are we now?
I don't know. I think I have a feeling this is 119, but I don't know. I deleted a few a while ago as well.
It could be the famous 120th Midnight Hour podcast live from New York. It's Saturday night.
It's midnight hour long.
Yeah.
I'll do it, lads. If that's what you fucking want. If the people want... No, we need the people to want it. If the people comment saying that's what the people want, then we'll fucking make it happen, fellas, from the Big Apple.
Yeah.
So, on that note, with nothing else to quote, have a good New Year, everybody, and thanks
I hope it's shit.
Why do I bother? This whole podcast is like a second job, and the job is like trying to, you know, keep Jack from biting strangers in the park.
People shouldn't be such cunts.
Did you say that while looking into a giant mirror? Alright, thanks everybody.
The world, eh? What are you gonna do?
The world, yeah, it's true.
I'm so profound.
But if you put that in quote, like black and white picture of you, the
On the
world,
beach.
comma, a question mark.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna try and put that on the screen as this is fading out. May I have permission to use your Instagram picture?
Which one is it?
Well, no, I don't know. Any of them that has you in it.
Preferably one with your face, yeah.
Use one of the... I don't have Facebook anymore. I don't know. Do whatever you want.
Why don't you have a picture on Twitter? Why is it a black screen?
Because I'm culturally aware of black people.
Yeah, Black Lives Matter.
That's right. I didn't like my
This is
picture.
me. This is me frantically clicking the end podcast button.
I just put that there because I didn't like the picture it was at the time.
Right.
There is nothing meaningful about it.
No.
Did you expect something like deep and like? Oh, I believe it represents this.
Absolutely not. Having had one conversation with you in my life, no, that's not what I thought. I just thought
And some intelligence was used.
I thought there'd be some either a funny remark or a logical justification, or something other than because I fucking felt like it, innit?
I didn't say exactly like that.
That was a good impression, though.
No, it wasn't.
It was as good or better than Loosemore's impression of me.
I've lost it over the years. To be honest. Like,
I don't think you ever read it.
nah, in the beginning I had it. It's like spot on.
No, you wasn't.
Good comeback, yeah, I'm sold.
Well played. Yeah, all right.
You win this time.
Yeah.
Alright, it's been real.
Unfortunately. That was something that really happened. I believe I offended a few communities, so my work here is done.